Hey, this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. Today we're doing a review demo of the Boss Modulation 500 MD, or MD-500. Before I tell you all about it, I'll tell you about how I'm recording it. This is my PRS David Grissom. I'm just running straight into the Boss. The Boss is being powered by batteries right now. It has the capability of either running on some AA's, 4 AA's, or through the power of your choice. But for simplicity's sake, we're going with batteries. Running directly out of that into a Fender Supersonic, and we're going to be going between the clean and dirty channel, and they're both basically flat, although the bass is down a little bit on the clean channel. I'm micing with a Royer R121 mic, and that's going into an Apogee Quartet into Pro Tools. So just basically plugging a guitar straight into it, into an amp, blowing and going. So Boss has had a long history of cutting edge technology, and this is, the future is now. This is where they're taking it even further than you could ever imagine from those early stomp boxes. Essentially, this is a studio level 32-bit ADDA plus 32-bit floating point processing, 96 sampling rate. There's 12 modes, 28 modulation types, all with seriously deep editing inside. And the great thing about this, you've got all the classic Boss effects, but you have, they're newly enhanced with this cutting edge technology. So that is, you can get it to sound like those old weird choruses that we had back in the 80s, but you're going to get a cleaner signal, you're going to be able to have more editing capabilities. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Classic old school with the ease and options of editing that you'd get in a modern package. And because this is made to be edited, they gave us this nice big LED screen that lets you just get right in there and adjust on the fly and save. There's 297 onboard patch memories and hands-on control. Selectable buffer bypass or true bypass. Back here you have MIDI I/O interfacing or USB MIDI connecting. So you can actually go to the library, the Boss library, to add to it. And it comes in, as much as there is in this, it's a fairly small package. You know, back in the day, the Line 6 kind of had their big blue one, which was a kind of a primitive forefather of this, but it took up a lot more space, did a lot less. So pretty cool. Why don't I just spin some knobs and you can hear what it does. So let's start with the 12 modes. When we came in, I had it on this Dimension, which is that kind of great sort of, to me, kind of that 80s type tone that is so rich, and add a little dirt to it. It's great. But let's just spin the knob from there. Go to, next we have Tremolo, and again, really rich. And we got tap tempo right here, so. Make it a little more intense. Right up here we have a quick effect level, so. Spin it just like you would a normal, you know, any kind of normal box. Depth right here. And go way deep. To full-on crazy ray gun. So easy to do. Again, it's a little intimidating because there's so much here, but at its heart, it's really just a stomp box. So you kind of, before you get intimidated, keep that in mind. Let's go to the next one. Next we have Vibrato, which is, you know, gives you that total seasick thing at that level. Bring it down to something more subtle. And again, set it to where you want it with the tap. again, what I like about it, modern technology, but at its heart, you can just treat it like an old-time stompy. Over here, next we have, classic vibe. Nice, right? Great. Again, tap's going to come in handy. Oh, also back here, although I'm not using it, we have an expression pedal for editing on the fly or adjusting on the fly. And there's stereo outs. Now, this rig with 2 amps behind you blowing in stereo is going to be huge. The thing that I'm doing it in mono because I think most of you probably are going to use it in mono, although that application would be great. I've found with stereo rigs, on my tour rig I have a stereo rig and it's great, but I've got a tech to kind of help it and a great front of house guy. But when I'm playing other times, I find the stereo thing just kind of more hassle than it's worth. Although it sounds great behind me, it's hard to get that to translate into making it out to the front of house on my own. So that's my 2 bits on the stereo deal. That's why we're going mono. Okay, next we have phaser. Again, very cool. Flanger, let's see what this does. Now again, I'm sure with some tweaking, you can get that wherever you like. I'm just using the presets where they come up. But if you really want to get into it, you could totally nail that classic heart, flanger tone. But we're not going to get into that right now. Okay, up next we have chorus. Let's see where we are on that. Now that's pretty close. Say you want to make it a little bit intense, more intense. Actually, it's probably closer before, but nonetheless. That is a classic tone. And again, for deeper editing, I'm just doing it on the fly right here, but you can go in simply and edit as you go. Over here we have overtone. It's gigantic, right? It's like when the Incredible Hulk plays guitar, he turns that on. Next we have the slicer. That sounds crazy. A little fast for my cool. And again, tap is so handy. I mean, again, you can get in and do hard editing, but just spinning knobs and using the tap, you've got pretty much that's where I would live. Filter, let's see how weird this is. This would really be a great writing tool. If you're a band and you're coming up with the weird tones for whatever. Great studio tool, great writing tool. That's what I love about pedals like this. I find that just randomly scrolling through them, you will find tones that will inspire. And that's kind of what we're all about. Next, rotary. Let's see where this is. Again, very convincing. And then to the ultra weird ring modulator. Okay, I'm glad we ended it on that one because it was so weird and really illustrates just the variety in this box. This is a quick little smattering of it. To read the full written review, go to premierguitar.com. And while you're online, make sure you like us on Facebook. Subscribe to our ever-growing YouTube channel. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, all that jazz. This is John Bollinger. Till next time, I'm just going to blindly, I'm going to close my eyes, spin it, and see where it goes. Okay?
Don't forget to sign up for PG Perks, your all-access pass to exclusive gear giveaways and discounts on premierguitar.com.